So, a very good evening to one and all. Good evening, children. So, welcome to you all in our class. So, today we are going to discuss about 10th class social. 10th class social, paper 1, second chapter. Ideas of development. So, today's our topic is paper 1, ideas, second lesson, ideas of development. So, ideas, according to the topic, let us move. Ideas and development, both are interlinked. Ideas and development both are interlinked. How? Then the question comes, how? So in this one, development, if we need to develop, definitely we need certain ideas. If we need to develop, we need certain ideas. Not only like that, children, similarly we find that every person, every state, every country of the world, they want to develop. And to want to develop, definitely they are in need of certain ideas. But children, we find that one person ideas differ from the other person. One state idea differs from the other state. One country ideas differ from the other country. In case of ideas of development. Say if we take it one of the example, that if in a class, if 50 students are sitting, can we say that all the 50 students' ideas are same? Their ideas of development are same? No. One of them they want to become an IAS officer. One of them they want to become IPS officer. Some want to become what is called as a sports person. Some wants to become engineer, doctor, lawyer, teachers, scientists, and so on. So what it shows that in a class only where 50 to 100 students are sitting and their ideas of development are not same, then how can we imagine the ideas of development will be same for the state, for the country? Okay, so here in this one we are going to discuss, children, that different people are having different ideas. Different people are having different ideas. So which kind of people are we discussing about in our society? In our society, if we take the example like as first example, if we take landless labor. First example, if we take landless labor. So what will be the idea of development of landless labor? You can also say, children, a landless labor. In this word only it is indicating that a person who is not having land. Who is not having land. So what will be his idea of development? Definitely to have land. What will be the idea, children? To have land. A landless person, his idea of development is to have land. Okay, if not to have land, at least what will be the other idea is that to get job, to get employment in the land. Okay, or to get good wages, to get salary in time. That is his idea of development. Then if we take the another example, if we take, if a person who is related to agriculture sector, the people, those who are related to the agriculture sector. So what will be the person's idea of development? Persons who are related to the agriculture, who are doing the agriculture, the idea of development for that person is that the person want that in that particular year there should be good rains. There should be good rains to get good crop. And when he get a good crop, when he is ready to sell that crop, he should get good prices from the market. That means idea of development of landless person is different from the idea of development of an agricultural person. Same like this, children, we can find that beside this one, the idea of development for a poor person, if we take idea of development for a poor person. What is the idea of development for a poor person? Definitely, a poor person, he wants all his basic needs. All his basic needs. At least he wants that food for 3 times. He should be able to get the food for 3 times. That is the idea of development of a poor person. Then what will be the idea of development of a rich person? A rich person, the idea of the development of a rich person is that to enjoy luxuries or a luxurious life, to live more in luxurious life, to go for a international, to go for an international tour, to go for an international tour, to enjoy his leisure in the form of picnics, what he called theaters and so on. So that is completely different. The idea of a poor person is different and the idea of rich person is different. Like that each and everyone ideas of development are different. Okay, the idea of development for a girl is different, the idea of development for a boy is different. So what we understand that children, everyone's goals towards the development are differ from one person to the other person, from one people to the other people, that we find it. Is it clear, children? Now after this one, what is a common thing that we have to learn? So in this one, the ideas of development, after learning this one, what we understand that everyone's are having different ideas of the development. So now let us take some of the examples to explain about this one. Okay, Government of India. You all know that Government of India or any government of any country of the world, they work for the development of society, to develop the economy. So the Government of India, what they did, children, Government of India, they established one nuclear power plant. They established one nuclear power plant. The name of the nuclear power plant, Kudankulam. Kudankulam is the power plant. This power plant was located at the place called Tirunelveli. Tirunelveli. Where it is? It is in Tamil Nadu. What is it Government of India did, children? Government of India established a nuclear power plant. This was a power plant that was located at Kudankulam, and this place, it is situated at the Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. So Government of India, definitely a nuclear power plant. This is a plant the government decide to generate the electricity. To generate the electricity and to supply that electricity to the people of Tirunelveli. Okay, for the development purpose. Power supply, proper power supply that helps for the development of that particular area. So where the government established this Kudankulam, children? Kudankulam was established at the coastal area. It was established, this power plant was established at the coastal area. You know, children, power plants releases much amount of chemicals. It releases the chemicals both in the soil, that is because it is located near the coastal area, so definitely it releases the people. They thought that it is a threat for the environment, that the water of this area may get contaminated, may get impure because of that chemical water that adds in the coastal area. Not only water, but air also get polluted. So the people of this area, they felt threatened. They felt threatened that it is dangerous for their security. It is dangerous for their safety. It is difficult for them to live properly by their livelihood. And the major community, those who opposed this one, were the fisher folks, fishermen, because if the water that released, chemical water that released from the this particular nuclear plant, if it joins that coastal area, that river or the sea, because of the effect of that chemical reaction, the marine life, the fishes may die, and it will affect directly to the livelihood of the fishermen. So fishermen and the other common people, they started a kind of revolution. They started completely against that this kind of power plant should not work, should not be there. because they felt that it is a threat to their security, it is a threat to their livelihood, it is a threat for the safety. So now you can find it out in this one, two different types of ideas of development. Government want to develop that area by providing electricity, but the people, they want that should not work because it is going to spoil the environment. Like recently children, you all know that few months back we were having an accident at LG Polymers, Visakhapatnam. You are very well aware of that particular incident, where in that one we find number of people, they died. They died because of that accident. In the year 1984 also in our country, there was a Bhopal gas tragedy was there. And that was the same how the LG polymers we found, that the gas was leaked in the Bhopal. Gas was leaked, and during the night time, when the people were sleeping, almost all the village people were sleeping over that time, children. So the gas was leaked, the chemical gas that was leaked, the people, they inhaled that gas that was very poisonous. So most of the people, they died after inhaling. Remaining most of the people, they turned either blind or their organs got failed. Like that, many people, they suffered. Same example we find in Chernobyl in Russia. In Chernobyl also, Russia, the power plant, nuclear power plant was leaked. The gas was leaked. The chemicals were leaked. So these were the incident, children. So like that, the people also of the Kundalkulam, they thought that if this nuclear power plant will be there in their particular local area, it will create the problem for them to get the fresh air or the good water, or at least it is they are unable to get the good fishes because marine life is going to spoil. So now completely we are fine. The ideas of development both for the people and for the government was different. So later many environmentalists and the scientists, they also joined to the people against this project. So what we understand, children, by this example, we understand that the idea of development is differ from one person to another person, from one state to other state, from one country to other country. Everyone's idea of development is different. So after this example, what we have to discuss, children, the next one, our next topic after this one is income. I hope up to here it is very clear, children, to all of you. So this is just an introduction, children, with this example that ideas of development, that everyone's idea of development are different. After this, our next topic, children, it is income. The next topic is income. What is income? What it explains? Children, income is nothing but the source of money. Okay, and you know very well, this income only declares a person's or a states or the countries in the world. On the basis of this money, they declare as rich or poor. That means a person in the society, if we take it as just a person or individual in a society is declared as a rich person or a middle class person or a poor person on the base of this income. That means income is very important to define the standard of life, standard of living of the common people. So in the same way, we find that on the base of income, the countries are also decided as the rich countries or the poor countries on the base of income. Like for example, whenever we find that we call that some countries are developed country, which thing comes in our mind? That the countries are completely developed. Developed in education, developed in technology, developed in industry, full employment, no unemployment, full employment, and good business, good export, good trade will be there. Okay, so the rich countries of the world like America, like Britain, like France, like Germany, like Japan are called as the rich countries of the world because their income, source of income is very high. The people, what they earn in their country are very high. Coming to the level of poor country, we call any country as a poor country again on the basis of income. The country whose income, national income, per capita income is very low, that country we called as a poor country, like Somalia, Nigeria, Egypt, Ethiopia. Like there are many countries are there who are very backward, who are very poor in their income. So this is the children. On the base of income, we divide the countries as rich and poor. But again the question comes in the mind that whether the income is the only criteria to decide that country is a rich or poor, whether only we have to find it out whether the country is rich or poor, or at least just think in your mind, can we buy everything from the income? Can we buy everything from the income? The question comes yes. But no children. We cannot buy from the income. With the help of income, can you buy the peace? With income, can you buy the peace? No. Can you buy freedom? No. Can you buy satisfaction? No children. We cannot buy peace, we cannot buy freedom, we cannot buy satisfaction, or at least if you say that, can we buy a pollution-free environment? With the help of income, can we buy a pollution-free environment, children? No. Just by throwing the money, can we get a pollution-free environment only for us? Because I'm having a good source of income. Can I get a fresh air in the market? Can I get a fresh air in the environment? No. With the help of income, we cannot buy, children, pollution-free environment. Is it clear? Like that there are a number of things are there, children, that we cannot buy. With the help of income, can we buy any other things, children? Now, for example, think it that now in this pandemic situation, where the corona, the pandemic COVID-19 is completely spread among all the countries of the world. This disease did not see that which country is rich or which country is poor. It affected both the countries, the rich countries, poor countries of the world. Then, with the help of money, whether the rich countries of the world, are they saved? No children. We find when we go through the newspaper and the television news, we find that in the rich countries of the world only we find more number of deaths are there. That means with the help of income we cannot buy life. This is clear that we cannot buy life. So we cannot take that to what you call income as the only criteria for development. I hope this is clear, children, to all of you. With the help of this, we cannot buy with the help of income. Now, we have to compare the countries. How we compare these countries? Just now I said that we compare these countries by the help of income. So, what is a country's income? What do you mean by a country's income? Okay, or in the other word, if I say you that what is national income? What we call as a national income of the country. National income of the country is nothing but the income of the people of the country. Income of the country, people's money. Okay, national income is nothing but the people's money. That the people they get it by the help of by the goods and services and by the other methods. That is the income of the country called as the national income. Again, by the help of income, how can we define, children, national income? This national income we are telling it is nothing but the population, the people's income. Okay, it is nothing but the income of the people, income of the population of that country. But can we take the national income as a what you call a source to define a developed country or underdeveloped country? No, children, because every country population is different. Some countries are having more population, some countries are having less population. So the national income are also having some changes. So in that case, what we do, we take average income. We take the average income of a person and that we called as per capita income. Okay, so what is per capita income, children? Per capita income is nothing but this is the income, that is the average income of an individual. How an average income of an individual is derived, how a person gets an average income. So it is nothing but when national income of the country It gets divided with the population. National income of the country gets divided with the population. Whatever the country's income will be there, that income will be divided by the population, that population of that country. So when it divide, then only we can come to know about per capita income. So what is this? Nothing but average income of an individual. By the help of that, we can imagine the development of that particular person or the development of the particular country. So about the per capita income. So about this per capita income, children, we find that World Development Report, on the basis of, I hope it is clear, children, to all of you. This is very important for you. Per capita income, it is nothing but that we get by the help of national income divided by the population. So when the national income is getting divided by the population, then we get the per capita income. Average income of the person we comes to know. After this one, children, after this national income and per capita income, again what happened? World Development Report. Okay, World Bank. Okay, I hope you know what is a World Bank. World Bank submitted its World Development Report. Submitted its World Development Report. And World Bank took the criteria per capita income only. What the World Bank did, children? To divide, to decide a country is a developed country, a rich country, a country is a poor country. World Bank has taken the criteria the same per capita income. Okay, children. So what the World Bank they did it? They divided the country on the basis of their income. And that too in the currency dollar. You all know that dollar is a valuable currency at the world level in America. So what World Bank did, children? So this World Bank, they had taken the countries like, they said that the country that are earning US dollar. This is a symbol of dollar, children. The country that earn the US dollar 12,055, that countries are called as rich countries of the world. The countries that earn the per capita income with $12,000, 12,055, those countries are called as rich countries of the world. And then the countries that are earning dollar 955, the countries that are earning dollar 995 are called as low income countries. That means the countries whose per capita income is $995 are called as low income, low per capita income countries. And the countries that earn 12,055 are called as the rich countries, rich income countries. Then what about the middle income countries? The countries the country who are earning the per capita income from that is 995 above and 12,055 below. 12,055 below, that means below $12,055 and above $995. Whichever the country that earn this one are called as middle income countries. Are called as middle income countries. For that, India is an example. India is an example for the middle income countries. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you about the criteria that was presented by World Bank. World Bank is tallying the countries on the basis of per capita income. Where the World Bank published this one, children? World Bank published this one in the World Development Report. So what is the report, children? The country whose per capita income is US dollar 12,055. Those countries are called as rich countries. And the countries whose per capita income is US dollars 995 are called as poor country or the low income country. And the countries whose per capita income is above $995 and below 12,055 are called as middle income countries. And which country is an example for this one, children? For this, India is a very good example. India is a very good example for all these things. Now, after learning all this one, what we have to learn? what we learned till now, children, that income is a main criteria to declare a country as rich or poor. That's all. Income is a criteria that declare a country as rich income country, middle income country and the poor income country. But once again I want to repeat, children, income is not only one criteria to define that country is developed. Now it's changing. Up to now income is only for rich, poor, middle. But now what we are going to discuss, besides income, what are the other criteria are there that explains, that declares the country is developed one. Okay, so our next topic, children, is income and other criteria, where we are going to learn, children, about that not only income but the other things are also very important to declare that country is a developed one. Not only country, to declare states, we can compare our states by this one by taking these criteria. So what are those criteria that we are going to discuss? That is income and other criteria. Criterion, we can say income and the other criterion. So what are the other criterion that we are going to discuss? So we are going to discuss, children, the other criterion like per capita income. First let us go with the definition, children. Per capita income is the first criteria. What is per capita income? It is nothing but average income of a person. Average income of a person is per capita income. That is the first criteria for a developed countries. That is per capita income. Beside per capita income, we have the second one, infant mortality rates. Infant mortality rate. This is also called as with the symbol IMR, infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality rate? It is nothing but number of children die per 1,000 born children. That is number of children die per 1,000 in a year. Per 1,000 in a year, called as the infant mortality rate. What is infant? Infant means a small child of an age of 0 years to 3 years, called as infant. If suppose number of children, they die in a 0 year to the 1 year, 2 year or 3 year, per 1,000, called as infant mortality rate. So why we had taken this criterion? So this is very easy one, children. If a country is developed or if a state is developed, so if it is developed, then we can say that their medical facility, technological facilities are also developed that are able to save the life of the small children. Okay, if the number of deaths of the small children are less in any state or in any country, we can say that that area, the country or the state is developed in medical field, that they are able to save the life. And if it is more, we can say that that is technologically, medically very backward. For example, in the olden days, you know very well, it was very difficult, children. In those days, we used to hear, we used to listen, number of deaths of the children. As soon as the child took birth, the child died because of the not having the facility of incubators, ICU facilities, oxygen facilities, or some immunization, or some one or the other problem. The child took birth with some of the defects like that. But now today we find that medical field had developed a lot, that it is able to save the life of the child. Even today we find that if a premature baby takes birth, that means if a child takes birth at a 6 months only, child generally normally takes birth in a 9 months of the period. But if a child takes birth before the 9 months, so the child is also saving, the doctors are able to save the lives of the child by the help of medical facilities. So the development of that country or the state easily we can identify not only with income, children. This is other one, whether the government or the state government or the central government or the world are able to save the lives of the people or not. So this is the second criteria. Third criteria is literacy rate. Third criteria is literacy rate. What is literacy rate? That is, it measures the percentage of population. It measures the percentage of population. Measures the percentage of population. Percentage of population in 7 years or above. In education, in literacy. Literacy in 7 years and above. So what is this, children? Literacy rate is nothing but it helps us to know that in a country whether the population is educated or not. So from where are we taking this age? If a child of 7 years, if a person of 7 years, if that a person is able to read, write and understand. Not only reading and writing is not enough, children. If anyone who is 7 years and above and able to read, write and understand, that person we call as literate person. Literate, educated person. Are you understanding, children? That means up to now we were telling income. No, now development of the country depends on education. How many educated people are there in the country? So that is, children, from which year are we taking, children? We are measuring from 7 years. Okay. Next one is, children, net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio. It is also called as NAR. It is nothing but, children, attendance of 9th and 10th class students. Attendance ratio of 9th and 10th class. Called as, that means how many children they are attending the schools and in the class 9th and 10th. So I hope it is very clear that not only income, but with the income, we can measure, we can tally whether the country or the state is developed or not by the help of mortality rate, by the help of literacy rate and by the help of net attendance ratio. I hope these definitions are clear. Now, we will discuss all these one in a table. So children, this is a table that shows about the income is not only the criterion that explains about the country as a rich, poor or a developed country or a state. This is an example, children. In your textbook second lesson, the table third and fourth, I had written here on the board about the table third and fourth. Look at the board carefully, children, and try to understand it. The first one is per capita income. Here 3 states are taken, children. Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Bihar. 3 states are taken. Now, first table is that is per capita income. That means income of the individuals, particular people. In the year 2011 and 12, NSDP is written, children. Net State Domestic Product. Net State Domestic Product. On the base of that, the per capita income of the Haryana is 1,80,174. It's too high. That means Haryana is earning more per capita income, is getting more per capita income. Himachal Pradesh, 1,49,028. It is less. And Bihar, it is very less, 34,409. Just by seeing the first column, what we understand that Haryana is a rich state. Haryana is a developed state. Okay, just because we had taken only first criteria now, that is income only we had taken. But can we say that only on the basis of income, Haryana can be declared as a developed state of the country? No, children, because money cannot buy all the things. Remember I said you, with the help of money, peace, with the help of money, health, with the help of money, pollution-free environment, satisfaction, security, number of things you cannot get. So Haryana is earning more PCI, but it is back in other cases. I hope it is clear. First column is clear. Haryana per capita income is high, but only because its income is high, we cannot declare Haryana as a developed state, because the other columns also we have to go for. The other column is IMR. What is IMR? It is infant mortality rate. Number of infants die per thousand in every year. That means how many small children are dying every year because of lack of medical facilities, because of one or the other problems. So when it comes to this one, it is found that in Haryana, nearly 33 small children's, infants, they die per thousand. Per thousand. Coming to Himachal Pradesh, 25 children die, and for Bihar, 38. What this column is explaining? This column is explaining that though income of the Haryana is high, but with the same, the death rate among the small children are also very high. Whereas the income of Himachal Pradesh is low, death rate of the Himachal Pradesh is low, children. It is not high. By this second figure only we come to know that Himachal Pradesh is good, where it control the death rates. That means good medical facilities are available. Third column, third column is literacy rate. Literacy rate means what, children? Any person that is age above 7 and above who is able to read, write, understand are called as literate, educated person. Overall, how many, what is the literacy rate of Haryana? In Haryana, we find it is in percentage. The literacy rate of Haryana, it is 77 percentage. The literacy rate of Haryana is 77 out of 100 percentage. 77 percentage of people of Haryana, they know reading, writing and understanding. Coming to Himachal Pradesh is showing the highest literacy rate among the states. 84 percentage. That means here good schooling, college facilities, education facilities are available. Coming to Bihar, it is only 64 percentage. That means when we tally these three, once again we find that Himachal Pradesh is having the top in the literacy rate. Last one is NAR, net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio means net attendance, that means attendance of 9th and 10th class students. How many percentage of the 9th and 10th class students they are attending the schools? And in this one, for Haryana it is 61, for Himachal Pradesh it is 67, and for Bihar it is 43. Children, this is the criteria that we can find that income and the other criterion, and based on that, easily we can understand that only income is not sufficient to declare a state or a country is developed. Other things also we have to find. So according to this table, we find that Himachal Pradesh, though its PCI, per capita income is very low, but its IMR is good, literacy rate is good, and NAR is also good. It clearly explains that only per capita income is not enough for any country. Similarly, what we have to do, children, this is just a table to show the differences in states, among some of the states. Now there is another table, children, that we have to discuss, that is table number 5. The table number 5, it explains about the differences among the countries also. Okay. So this is the table 5, children. Table 5. Table 5, here we are going to discuss about the Human Development Report. Our topic is Human Development Report. This is a report that compare the country to country. In the before table, what we discussed about this comparison of the state to state on the basis of income and the other criterion. So now we are going to compare the countries on the income and the other criterion. So the World Development Report, in this one, we find that it was presented by UNDP. United Nations Development Program. In the year 1990, they presented a report on HDI, Human Development Index. What is HDI, children? Human Development Index. That means declaring a country as a developed country on the basis of per capita, on the basis of life expectancy, and on the basis of the years of schooling. That is on the basis of the years of schooling. So now, we'll discuss first what is per capita. Per capita is nothing but the average income of a person in a country. Now we are discussing about country. Average income of the people or a person of a country. Life expectancy. It is nothing but the expected life. The expecting a life of a person at the time of birth. Expecting the life of a person at the time of birth. Years useful, it's nothing but how many years a person's, what the age expectancy, life expectancy, how many years a persons are living in that particular country. In other way, if we say years of schooling, that the persons who move to the school for education, years of education, up to 25 years of age and above, years of schooling. And then comparison of these countries. HDI, they are having 189 countries, Human Development Index. Out of 189 countries, they give the ranks to those countries who are top in all these criterions. Okay, so now one by one we'll discuss, children. First country is Sri Lanka. This is in table 5 of the textbook. Sri Lanka. So the first country is Sri Lanka, children. The first country Sri Lanka, its per capita income in percentage. It is 11,326. That means a small country that we also call as a teardrop in the Indian Ocean. Small country, but the salary, the average income of the person in that country, it is 11,326. Average a person is earning in Sri Lanka. So good, very good. When we compare with India, when we look after India, we find that India's per capita income is 6,353. That means average salary of a person is 6,353. It is very less compared to Sri Lanka. When we come to Pakistan, it is 5,311. So what is this per capita income? It shows the small, very small country is having a very good salary, very good income of the person. Second one is the life expectancy. Life expectancy, the expectancy of the life at the time of birth. This is an expectation, and that how many years the people of that country they are living. So the life expectancy for the Sri Lankans are 75.5. That means average, the minimum life expectancy it is 75. Person is living 75 years in Sri Lanka because of good health facilities. For India, the average expectancy of life, it is 68. That means the average life expectancy for our Indians are only 68 years, 68 or 69 or 70, that's all. For the Pakistan, it is 66.6 percentage. Again, Sri Lanka is top. In income, it is top. In this, it is top. Now, next one, years of schooling. Years of schooling in Sri Lanka. We find that it is again top with 11. India with 6 and it is with 5. That number of people, those who are moving to school till the age of 25 years of age, in Sri Lanka it is more, that means more literacy children, then followed by the 6 and then followed by 5. Coming to the HDI rank, out of 189 countries of the world, Sri Lanka is ranking 76, India rank is 129, Pakistan rank is 149. Just this is 3 examples I had taken, children. You can take it more from the net sources also. So by this example, what we come to know that this example explains us any country if you want to declare as a developed country of the world, so only income is not a criterion, children. With income, we have to find it out the life expectancy of the people, the literacy rate, how many people are educated in that country, and then followed by, children, its per capita income. I hope this table is very clear to all of you. Besides this, all these things, children, what we find, I think it's over. Then after this one, children, what else we have to discuss? Now we are in our last topic of the lesson, children. The last topic, it's about the public facilities. Public facilities. What are the public facilities, children, that we are going to discuss about? So in the public facilities, we find that what I told you that with the money we cannot buy everything. With the money we cannot buy everything. So in this one, in this topic we are going to discuss about that if we want to change, just only income is not a criterion we discussed. If we want to change the society, can we change alone? Because there are some many facilities the government is giving. But with the same, what is our duty? We too have to take some responsibilities. Though the government is doing their work, but as a citizen of the country, it is our duty also to cooperate in the government policies for the development purpose. Like for example, children, we cannot say that we are having money and with the help of money we can buy everything for us. Suppose if we are living in a colony and we want to protect ourselves, can we find that each and every house will keep a what you call security guard for them? If all of them they'll keep one security guard, it's okay. But if everyone they're keeping one security guard before their home, so it is an expenditure, extra expenditure, children. We have to think everything in a what do you call collectively. For example, children, if we are together, we can stop this adulteration of the medicines. That means medicines nowadays are one or the other. We can find many things are there in the society, not only medicines, but many things that are mixed with some of the other things. So all these mixed items we are getting in the market, not of good qualities. So if we are good in everything, we can say that we are able to fight against all these things. Now, in related to this topic we are having now, the just now we discussed about Himachal Pradesh. In the table we discussed third and fourth table, we discussed about Himachal Pradesh. Do you know that Himachal Pradesh is a state where we find one of the highest literacy rate among the children is found. So what is the reason behind this? How a very small state that is situated in a hilly area with less population, with less number of facility, mostly rural areas, it developed in education. Okay, so we have to discuss, children, about Himachal Pradesh today. Now we are going to discuss about Himachal Pradesh. From this, the question is expected from the examination point of view. So about this, we have to discuss, children, about the Himachal Pradesh. So in Himachal Pradesh, one revolution was started called as the schooling revolution. In Himachal Pradesh, one revolution was started called as the schooling revolution. What is this schooling revolution, children? So, schooling revolution is nothing but, children, at the time of independence, Himachal Pradesh was also very backward one, children, very backward area. As you all know that this is an area that is in the hilly area, and since childhood we are learning that hilly areas are somewhat backward comparing to the plain areas. So in this area what happened, children? People are also very backward, but people are responsible comparing to other state. The government of Himachal Pradesh, they tried best to provide a very good education to the children of Himachal Pradesh. And for this thought, for this action, the people also, they supported the government a lot. Not only government, but people together, they did a lot. They struggled a lot to turn Himachal Pradesh as one of the best literate state among the children. So what they did, children? The government, for the purpose of this one, the government of Himachal Pradesh, what they did? They started number of schools. In that schools, they saw that complete at least the minimum facilities should be there, the teachers to be appointed, and all the facilities like drinking water, washrooms, and all the facilities to be provided. Government did from its side. Then what happened, children? Government, as tried to provide all in this one, the education free of cost. When anything is free of cost, it attracted the common people, the poor people also. So poor people, the people of Himachal Pradesh, when they founded a very good education is provided by the government of Himachal Pradesh, almost all they started sending their children to the school. And with this one, government got a kind of support from the people. Government opened number of schools, appointed number of teachers, and expanded the education of Himachal Pradesh. Okay, expanded the education of Himachal Pradesh. Number of schools were opened in Himachal Pradesh. So Himachal Pradesh is a state where we find that they spent a very high amount. Himachal Pradesh government spent very high amount of money only on education, because they give more importance to the education. It is nearly about the government spends 2005 rupees per child in education, for education. This is a very good work that we can find from the side of Himachal Pradesh. So what is the support given by the people? So Himachal Pradesh children, since starting onwards, it is felt that, it is find that among the people, the discrimination among the what do you call, gender bias is not there among the woman, male, female, girl, boy. The discrimination is not there. This is important one, children, because the schooling revolution question will be asked. So in Himachal Pradesh, this revolution is possible because there is no gender bias. Gender bias means what, children? No discrimination among the gender, in sense of the gender among the girls and boys. No gender bias. Okay, that is the first one. No difference between girls and the boys. The second one, the parents. The parents of Himachal Pradesh, they supported girls' education. Parents of Himachal Pradesh, they supported girls' education. That is second one. Third one, there is no difference between the status of men and women. Both men and women of Himachal Pradesh are same. And because of this status, because of this one, we find that child mortality is very less in Himachal Pradesh. Less number of child mortality, that to girls, related to girls. Girls' child death is very low in the Himachal Pradesh. Coming to women of Himachal Pradesh, when we said that there is no gender bias, there is the status of men and women are same. So women of Himachal Pradesh, most of the women, they are the earners. These women, they work. They are the job holders. They work either in the field or industry or in some of the office work. So these women, they are completely, we can say that, independent. The women of Himachal Pradesh are independent. They are independent to take the decision in social, in case of economic. They are independent to take the decision regarding the education of the girl child, regarding the what you call the marriage of the girl child of the family, regarding the what you call the family size of the families, and so on. With all these things, the women are very much independent children in this one. And with this one, we find that the women are maintaining Mahila Mandals also. Women are maintaining Mahila Mandals also. So all together, what we can say, that government want to develop. Here you are getting the ideas of development now, children. Government want to develop Himachal Pradesh. People are also supporting to develop Himachal Pradesh. It's not only one side, it is from two sides. Okay, government want to develop Himachal Pradesh, people want to develop Himachal Pradesh. And because of that, what happened? The schooling revolution. No one stops the girls to go to the school. No one stops a woman to go to job. There is less child mortality among the girls. That means Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao. That the notion you heard it. That is there we can find in this particular Himachal Pradesh children. The girls are saved. And because of this, we can find it turned as one of the educated, one of the literate state in the country. So after learning this, after completing this lesson, what we learned throughout it? We learned that though we are different from our ideas to the others' ideas. My ideas are not same to according to your ideas. Your ideas are not same to other like states or the countries also. Though ideas are differ, but everyone they have to think about the development of themselves, for the state, for the country. Just preparing a policies or plans are not enough. Preparing a plans or policies are not enough. With this preparation, we have to implement, we have to give our best to get that success, as Himachal Pradesh got it. So this is the lesson, children, ideas of development. I hope you understood very well. Okay, so what is your work, children? You have to go through the lesson, read the lesson, go through the tables, what I explained to you, children. Okay, go through the reading, try to understand it. Okay, children. So by that time, it's time to leave now, children. So it's thank you, one and all.